Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Let's see how well I flunked French back in 7th grade. Gary Moore live? Got that part right. I know that part. Live from Baloise Session. Did I mispronounce that? Did I come close? I probably did. That is, I probably blew it slightly. Baloise. And we don't do blues here. We're not a blues channel. I want happy. I'm sad and pissed and whatever when I leave here. When I leave the studio, I don't tend to be the happy guy. So I want happy music. Blues is not happy music. I like happy blues. There was some really nice Alligator record, which is a blues label. They had some happy blues released in the 90s. I guess hopefully I forget if Alligator Records is still around. I'm sure they are. I hope they are. Nice label. If you want to listen to blues. Why am I listening to blues? It's Gary Moore. Gary Moore in the 80s, 70s and 80s was a hell of a blues rock, emphasis on the rock, blues rock, prog, progressive, and hard rock, edging into heavy metal guitarist through the 70s and 80s. Absolutely legendary. In the 90s, he didn't like being in one silo. He didn't want to just be a prog guitarist or a blues guitarist or anything. He would just want to play guitar. So you heard in his later rock albums at the end of the 80s that he was getting a bit impatient with what he was doing for a living. And so in the 90s, he said, screw it. He went into the blues big time. Not half measure. He went all in. Brought in B.B. King and Albert King and whoever else to guest on his records and guest. He went all in blues. And they're great records if you want to listen to blues. And it still is Gary Moore playing. And Gary Moore as a guitar player, holy crap. I'm loaning from someone else's review here. But he's accurate. He attacks the guitar. He's not a laid-back blues man. No. He's like a heavy metal guy playing blues, because he is just beating the crap out of those strings. This was his blues debut. And he went all in. There's that one, and the next one, After Hours. Close as you can get. Bad for You, Baby. And more. There was more. He was 58 when he died in 2011. Yeah, a lot more in him. He even went back to rock and roll for a record or two, even after he went into the blues with both feet. He he just didn't want to do one thing only. Just very impatient and wanted to do everything and didn't want to be in one category. So he bounced back to rock and roll for the Scars record. I think the band was called Scars. Great record. So here, recorded 3 years before he died in 2008. The Tigres French Music Festival, but a classy one. None of this, in the mud, outdoor nonsense. Nice seated tables where you go, appreciate the music comfortably with your friends at the table. Only played for 54 minutes. This is a CD and DVD set. I don't have a physical of it. It's here on YouTube. Let's mask it. Baloise Session. When you're on YouTube, you do get one example. When you're listening to the album on YouTube, you do get one example of the video of him playing live on video. The rest is audio. There might be, I just didn't look to see if the video is on YouTube as well. May well be, or will be soon. Just came out a few weeks ago. So, and it's not even an hour. Only get 8 tunes, but it's tasty. Tasty 8 tunes, doesn't overstay its welcome. All blues, with maybe one exception, but it's blues in his hands. And it just, comes from all over his blues career. And one cover that I'll get to in a moment, rock cover that is. So you get Old Pretty Woman from Still Got the Blues to open the set. Since I Met You Baby from After Hours. You get 30 Days to Come Back Home, a Chuck Berry cover. Don't associate Chuck Berry with the blues, but he was, he was inventing rockabilly and rock and roll. He has a blues base. So Chuck Berry's 30 Days to Come Home from Close As You Get. Here. I Love You More Than You Ever Know from Bad For You Baby. And with Love You More Than You Ever Know from this record, you really get to the meat of what an action rock guy, a rock and roll person, is going to enjoy out of here. Yeah, the first 3 songs are good. And not even sad songs. They're nice, happy blues, basically. So they're nice that way. But what you get in 3 songs in a row, beginning with I Love You More Than You Ever Know, 12 and a half minutes. Can you imagine the length of the guitar solo? And that's what you want. You want to hear Gary Moore shut up. He's a good singer. He's a great singer. No matter what he's singing, rock or blues, he's a great singer. But shut up and play that guitar. 12 and a half minutes, he's playing that guitar. You want him to play a slow song. And 3 straight times, he does. It's great. That's the opposite of how I review things and how I perceive albums. I warn you away. If it has a ballad, I toss the damn thing. I'm not talking about it here. Hell with this record. Yeah, it's kind of nice here, but ballad, pitch it. Or I warn you, nice record until the end, and then put a ballad on, because we don't want to hear that crap. You want to hear him do a slow blues, because that's when he's burning. That's when he's really playing guitar. Absolutely great stuff. So, you get that, followed by, mind you, Gary Moore did 2 stints with Thin Lizzy. But Gary wasn't on this record. He doesn't play on Johnny the Fox. He covers the song Don't Believe a Word, which is a Phil Lynott song, his old friend from Thin Lizzy. His drummer on this set is Brian Downey from Thin Lizzy. So you basically got half of the Thin Lizzy lineup playing here, but it's a blues set. So you get Don't Believe a Word. You know how the song, it starts slow, so you get that slow blues. So it's blues, and then it picks up towards the end, where you get a little bit of rock. So it's not 3 straight songs of slow blues. You get a little bit of rock towards the end of that song, Don't Believe a Word. And then, to finish the trio of slow blues, Still Got the Blues, the title track from his first blues record. That's a good, how long was it? That's about 25 minutes of slow blues with that rock break in the middle at the end of Don't Believe a Word. You like it. It's not a perfect analogy, but it's like a maggot brain sort of thing. Maggot brain from Funkadelic is mellow, but rock people love it. We love maggot brain. Is it mellow? Hell yeah. But you love it because it's a hell of a guitar solo. So that's the mindset. When you approach those 3 songs, you're going to hear Gary Moore solo for a while. You may just like it. After that, he's kind of happy again. Walking by Myself, Jimmy Rogers cover from, again, his first blues record. And the blues is alright from After Hours, his second record. And it's pretty much happy blues when he's playing more up-tempo. That's a good thing. It's not depressing blues, it's happy blues. Which is what I said I like. Alligator Records basically was a happy blues label. Happy up-tempo blues. That's nice. So, we don't do blues here, but for Gary Moore, we'll do blues. So, you Gary Moore fans, and you kind of PO'd that he was left us for the blues, try it again. We're older now. You should be more relaxed about whether something's hard rock or blues or whatever. It's nice stuff. It's not overly long. Nice set. Really good set. And Oh yeah, the one thing. Okay, I'm going to show how I flunked French again. It doesn't have the one slow song we really want from Gary Moore. But then the set's so strong, you really don't miss it. Brazilian, no, I'm not even close. Brazilian walkways. I wasn't even close. Paris, Brazilian walkways. You know, that great song that Phil Lynott and Gary Moore wrote together. All the hard rock live sets has Gary playing Parisian Rockway. I didn't even come close. Brycian walkways. I have an international audience, they tell me. For God's sake. Hardly anyone in America watches this. So does YouTube tell me. I flunked French big time. You know which song? Brazilian Walkways is excellent, slow song that us hard rock guys loved. Because that was the song that had the however long Gary could hold that note. You know that song when you heard it, you know what I'm talking about. Can you hold that note for 20 seconds? Let's see. Or half a minute, however long that note holds for. It's not here. And I don't miss it that much. I would like to have it. It'd be cool. Always want to hear Gary play. Brazilian walkways. Paris walkways. Leave it. And it's a feminine. There's a feminine. I looked up the pronunciation. I did. I'm not even close. It didn't stick in my head, obviously. I did. I Googled it. I Googled how to pronounce it. Out of my head already. You don't say that word in Cleveland, Ohio very often. And I flunked French big time over 50 years ago. So, you don't get that song here. But it's a really cool set. Look it up on YouTube. You get to hear it. And you can buy it. CD, DVD set, both. Really nice. And you get Brian Downey from Thin Lizzy on drums. And it's a really nice set. I think you will appreciate it. This got me thinking, let's review the best of Gary Moore from the 80s. In a few days, look for that. I think I'll do that tomorrow for a few days from now. Don't hold me to it, because I gotta do it. The best of Gary Moore from the 80s. Ooh. No blues there. What we really love Gary Moore for. But for today, blues. Nice and tasty. You'll appreciate it. And available from your internet and brick and mortar stores right now, hopefully. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Leave a comment. Did I show all the Gary Moore stuff I brought out for you? And leave a comment. Go listen to this. and tell us what you think. Is this tasty blues? We need more live Gary Moore. They gotta have more live Gary Moore hiding somewhere. We need more. He's been dead for 14 years now. It's got to be in the vault somewhere, right? And for the latest in action rock, garage rock, and classic and legacy bands and artists like Gary Moore, come back here to Action Rock Corner. Remember, have fun with your music. Try to be happy with your music, but I can't dictate your personality. And remember, fresh music is as important as fresh food. We'll see you again soon. Thanks.